Hello and welcome to 100 Yards of Football, Sports Talk Radio. I'm your producer, Jeremiah Long, and joining me is our host, the man who knows more about Georgia football than anyone I've ever met. He actually is a graduate of West Georgia University, right?
Yes, sir. West Georgia.
That's right. Proud graduate this last year, in fact. And he is a guy who, when I first met him, I knew he had a great interest in football, and I knew he was talented, but I had no idea how far he would take things as we started working together. So the man himself, I like to introduce the host with the most for 100 Yards of Football, Logan Landers. How's it going, Mr. Landers?
Jeremiah, what's up, man? I'm doing great on this Monday. You know, Christmas is right around the corner. The holidays are here, but football is still in season. We already got the college football playoffs in lock. That I'm sure we're going to be talking about that a little bit in the future videos for sure. But we're talking about some Georgia right now. But most importantly, talking about some Georgia recruits who are going to try and help out this Georgia team try and get in our national championship. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, I am too. Well, for everybody watching, make sure that you follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and then over on our podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts, 100 Yards of Football. So, Logan, I'm going to let you take it away and tell us about the Georgia recruiting class.
Yeah, so this Georgia recruiting class in 2021 is no joke. They are absolutely loaded. They're number 4 in the country in terms of their rank, 3rd in the SEC, and that's just based off 24/7 Sports, who is a very reliable draft source in recruiting as well. So they help out a lot with looking at all my profiles and stuff for all these players. So they're very accurate in all this, and they've done a good job at helping me out for sure. So they have a lot of commits this year, and they have 20 that are signed, sealed, and ready to get onto the field for the UGA Bulldogs. First one we got up is a young man by the name of Jackson Meeks. So Jackson is out of Phoenix City, Alabama, wide receiver, 6 foot 290 pounds. He is 646th in the country, and he is 101st at his position right now. So he's a 3-star recruit. And we see, at the moment that this UGA roster has a stacked talent at wide receiver. So they're hoping that Jackson can come in, and he's gonna have to take his lumps a little bit before he can get in and play some. But I have all the confidence in this young man and getting on the field and helping the Bulldogs produce in a couple of years. So after Jackson, we're going to be talking about Javon Bullard. So Javon is a young man out of Milledgeville, Georgia, cornerback, 6 foot, 183 pounds. 51st ranked in his position, another 3-star recruit. So Javon is also, like I said, as a quarterback, you got to be shifty, you got to have some speed, you got to have some athleticism. Javon's got all that. He's a very talented young man. He had offers from Cincinnati, as well as Auburn, just to name a few of the bigger name schools. So this guy is no joke. So after we're going to be talking about Javon Bullard, we got a young man by the name of Marlon Dean already in the UGA red and black there. So Marlon's out of IMG Academy out of Bradenton, Florida. He's a defensive tackle. He's already got some good height and weight to him, Jeremiah. 6'6", 265 pounds, 3-star recruit, 32nd in his position. So, like I said, that's the main thing that we're always going to be talking about with these recruits is they're going to have to just bulk up a little bit more. They got to get a little bit more muscle to take on some of these stronger FCC opponents, especially in Georgia's case, who's going to be going up against the Alabamas, the Floridas, the Tennessees of the world. So, like I said, that's the main thing. But he's already got the good height and weight to him. Just got to get a little bit more muscle added to him. And I'm sure that Marlon's committed to doing that. And I know he's going to be helping out that UGA defensive line in the very near future.
Yes.
Next, we're going to be talking about another man already in the colors, Jared Wilson here. So Jared is out of West Forsyth in North Carolina, 6'4", 325 pounds, offensive guard. So he's going to be helping, protect the UGA quarterbacks, whoever that may be. It might be JT Daniels, might be another quarterback by the time he gets some playing time. We'll see. So he's the 19th ranked offensive guard in the country right now. He's already got the weight to him, man. He's already got that. Like I said, just got to build that strength up a little bit more. He had some offers from Alabama, North Carolina as well. So he had some very high names, high-ranked schools going after him, but he chose to go with the Bulldogs instead. So hopefully, he can come out and he can do a really good job protecting that line, protecting that quarterback. And we'll be hopefully to hear a lot more of Jared Wilson, helping out his quarterback, not giving up many sacks in the near future. I know I'm looking forward to how he's going to rock with the UGA Bulldogs. So after Wilson, we're going to talk about Dani Mitchell. So Mitchell is looking really good right now, 3-star recruit, 64 ranked wide receiver in the country. Out of your neck of the woods, Jeremiah, he's out of Tennessee.
Okay.
I think I'm pronouncing this right, Antioch. So yep, he's out of there. 6'3", 190. So hope like I said, always stacked with the UGA receivers. They always have a really potent offense. He's had some offers as well from Ole Miss, Arkansas, Auburn. I see Baylor as well. So he's really going to be having to fight for another spot on that receiving core. But I know that this competition is always good. It's healthy. So
yeah,
it's going to help these guys.
That's Antioch, right outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, there we go. So yeah. So right there, and I know he's going to be looking. He went to Cane Ridge High School, so hopefully he can crack a spot into this UGA rotation with the wide receiving core in the near future. So after Mitchell, we're going to be talking about a man named Chaz Chambliss. So Chaz is a young man, and man, he's already impressive as well. He's an outside linebacker, 6'2", 239 pounds. He is the 310th ranked player nationally. He's out of Carrollton, Georgia, which is where I graduated. That's where West Georgia's at in Georgia. So happy to see a guy from my neck of the woods get drafted, or not get drafted, but get recruited to in the hometown. So that's always great to see. So right now he is a 4-star recruit, 6'2", 239, like I said, outside linebacker. So like I said, he's already got a good bit of hype around him. And hopefully he's going to be helping, get to the quarterback a lot sooner rather than later. I'm looking forward to him. Always going to root for the guy from the someone I was around, in my neck of the woods where I was graduating in college. He was graduating in high school. So he went to a little bit more prestigious school. I'll give him that, but always going to be rocking with him. Hopefully I can meet up with Chaz one day and we can discuss some of the great dinner spots out in Carrollton or something like that.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But all right, so after him, we're going to talk about Kamari Lassiter. And Kamari's another 4-star recruit, 18th ranked cornerback in the country, 6 foot, 185 pounds. That's always something you love to see when you get your cornerbacks. A nice number like that. 185 is always like one of the go-tos there. You're not too skinny, but you're not too chubby either. So he's got the good tools with him as well. He's going to be, like I said, he's heavily recruited as well. I remember we had our guy Jake Crane come on the show a while ago. We were talking about him potentially going to Auburn. Well, he switched to the Bulldogs. So while like I said, he was recruited by Auburn, he's also recruited by Clemson as well, also Alabama. So this guy has a lot of talent surrounding him. Being a 4-star recruit, of course, you're going to have a lot of intangibles. And this guy is he could be making some names here, make some headwaves in the next couple of years. It's out of Alabama, so. Anywhere you're from Alabama, whatever high school you go to, football's in your blood. And there's no doubt that Kamari is going to be hoping to bring some of that Alabama tenacity over to the Bulldog side.
That's right.
All right, up next we got Jamon Dumas Johnson. So Johnson is out of Baltimore, Maryland, out of St. Francis Academy, 6'1", 235 pounds. He's the 10th ranked inside linebacker in the country right now. So he had some offers from Auburn and Baylor, as well as Georgia, where he signed. But this guy's already got some good tools to him. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to do for the Bulldogs whenever he gets some playing time. Because, it's going to be hard for a good bit of these guys to get some playing time just because we see just how loaded this Georgia team is. But, I hope I get to see all these guys get on the field one day. That's the main key.
Yes.
And I do believe that Johnson will get on there very soon. All right, up next, we have another big name here. We have 4-star recruit, the 11th ranked defensive tackle in the country, 6'5", 298 pounds. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins out of Gaffney, South Carolina. So, 6'5", 298, already looking really good. And he's not, 298, you think, all right, that might be a little bit big. But no, he's got some explosive speed to him. You have to being a defensive tackle as well. So he had a lot of big offers as well. Alabama, I see here. Coastal Carolina, who's I think the number 10th ranked team in the country in this 2020 season. So, he's already got some good offers from some good teams, but he chose to go with the Bulldogs. And I think that he's going to have a good – I'm expecting some good things out of him. So we'll have to see if my prediction holds true and see if he can get on the playing field pretty soon. But I got a good hunch right in the heart about that one, Jeremiah. That's what I'm going to rock with. All right, after him, we're going to be talking about Jonathan Jefferson. Jonathan, hey, we already talked about a guy from Carrollton. We're going to talk about my hometown where I was born and raised. Jonathan's out of Douglas County High School. He was at a rival high school of mine. I went to Alexander. He's at Douglasville, Georgia. So shout out to him as well for getting recruited to the Bulldogs. So Jefferson is he's going to be a very talented player, man. I have all the hope in the world for him. He's defensive end. So he had recruits. He had people coming out of him, man, from Georgia, Alabama, Arizona as well, Auburn. So he's looking pretty solid right now. 13th ranked in the country at his position. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does. But the 6'4", 255 range, he's already got the good height and weight to him, which is what you love to see out of these guys. It's always impressive to see that they're already, maintaining that good body weight, and they're keeping themselves healthy, which is the main part. Because in college, you got to be healthy. You got to be able to have some. You got to be able to, like I said, take those hits, get some hits from those offensive linemen, the receivers, or whichever. Especially in those hard hits in practice too that we don't see. You got to be able to take those, get up, and get right back on the next play. And I'm rooting for you, Jonathan. If you're listening out there, rep Douglasville for me, buddy.
Big time.
There we go. After we got Lavalier Carr, who's another young man out of IMG Academy out of Bradenton, Florida. They know how to breed them out there in Florida, Jeremiah. There's something in that water. We tell our guy Bobby Butler about it all the time. There's something out there in that Florida water where those guys just love playing football. And Carroll's no joke either. Running back right now, he's the 6th ranked in the country at his position, 4-star recruit. And let's face it, man, Georgia's had some great running backs over time. That are, have already played in the NFL or currently playing. So, and this guy is no joke either. He's heavily recruited. I see Alabama, South Carolina, Auburn as well, who are trying to get this guy on their team. He chose to go with the Bulldogs as a 4-star recruit. So we'll have to see how he's going to shape up to be. Because like I said, Jeremiah, he's got a lot to live up to with that UGA running back. So they're no joke. They produce. You got to produce as a running back at Georgia. So. I mean, like I said, I'm sure he's going to be able to do great. As heavily recruited as he was, man, he's got something special there for sure. Yeah. All right, up next, we got Brock Bowers. So Brock is a young man out of Napa, California. Okay. Not too rare we see too many guys from out west come out here.
No.
4-star recruit, 3rd ranked tight end in the country, though, enters his position, man. So he's looking pretty good. Like I said, it's really rare because usually for those SEC teams, you see them just primarily scout in the South, like in the Tennessees, in the Alabamas, and the Carolinas and Floridas. So it was really kind of rare to see someone from the Napa, California being out here. I'm like, man, I got someone from out west, from way out west, to come down here.
Yeah.
So like I said, he's 6'3", 225 pounds, 4-star recruit as well. So he's looking very solid. I know he's going to have some great athleticism. Good hands. You already see him flexing the muscles there in the picture. So he's already going to be showing off. He's going to be blocking for his quarterback. He's also going to be going and get some routes for him as well. And hopefully getting some touchdowns for the TGA team in the near future.
Absolutely.
Up next, we got Dylan Fairchild. Dylan is a 4-star recruit as well. Offensive guard out of West Forsyth in Georgia, of course, out of Cumming. So he is the 5th ranked offensive guard in the country. 97th ranked player in the country right now. So he got some big names there because you got to be good to play to get some of these offers from, like I said, from Georgia, where he signed, from Alabama as well, Arkansas, Auburn too. Mm-hmm. And it's hard being an offensive guard, man. It's rough, especially in the SEC. So I know Dylan's going to be getting to work. Going to be watching a bunch of film on the opposing team's defenses. And he's going to be ready to rock for this Bulldogs team. I know that. All right, up next, we got a man already rocking the UGA gloves, hoodie, anything else. I'm sure he got the socks on as well. We just can't see it.
Yeah.
We got David Daniel out of Woodstock, Georgia. He's billed as an athlete now, Jeremiah. We were talking about in our previous video with Tennessee, with their recruiting class, that some of these guys, they're just so freakishly athletic. That's what you got to build them as. You can't have them at just one spot. You got to have them in different places, and that's what they're going to have with Daniel here. So he's 6'1", 180 pounds, very fast guy. Out of Woodstock, Georgia, which is, you can ask our guy Kevin Jones that all these high schools in Georgia, they're no slouch either. And I know Woodstock's, I'm sure, giving him a fit a time or two. So Daniel had some good offers, like I said, from Alabama, Auburn, Florida as well. So he chose to go with the Bulldogs as well. So hopefully he's going to be rocking things out wherever he's going to play. That's the main thing to be seen. Right. But there's no doubt he's going to crack the lineup somewhere, whether it be on special teams as a punt returner or a kick returner, or whether it be as a wide receiver, like a slot receiver or anything like that. But usually those athletes you love to keep on your team just because they're so versatile. You can put them anywhere and they will grind. And that's what I know that Daniel's going to do. All right, up next, we're going to talk about a young man named Nylah Green. So Nyland's out of Newton, out of Covington, Georgia. That's where one of my old roommates went. So Georgia's just getting people from where I know all over, man.
Yeah.
So he's a cornerback, fifth-ranked cornerback in the country, 4-star recruit. Wow. 6'2", 183 pounds. So, like I said, Georgia, when you're Georgia and you've had a lot of history around you, you're going to get a lot of really good guys. You're going to get a lot of 4-stars, and we're coming up on some 5-stars when we get into in a minute.
Yep.
But this guy signed just this past week on the 16th, like a lot of these guys did. So they're already fresh. They got an early Christmas present. So they're ready to get with the Bulldogs. So he has also got offers from Alabama and Auburn. Like we see a lot of these guys that Georgia's going to grab. And I know he's going to try and help out that Georgia defense. But, I mean, let's just be honest, man, Jeremiah. A lot of the defenses in the SEC, as well as just football, just weren't able to get it going with this COVID season. But I know that, Nylah and all the other guys I've talked about and I'm going to keep talking about here, they're going to come in here. They're fresh. They're, COVID's not going to be affecting them. They're going to be working out in their rooms at 2 a.m. doing push-ups. And I know Nyland's been he's going to be doing that. He's been grinding for these Bulldogs, and he's going to be ready to get onto the field. But let's switch things over to Micah Morris here. Micah's out of Kingsland, Georgia, offensive tackle, 10th-ranked tackle in the country, 4-star recruit. 6'4", 316. I already got the big weight to him, man. And that's what you love to see out of your tackles. You got to get some of that weight to you. Just because the numbers over 300 don't mean that you're going to play like you're 300 sometimes. Right. So he's got, like I said, things I look for in a good offensive tackle is you got to have good hands. You got to be able to stop those guys. You got to have good footwork as well. And, I mean, this guy's obviously got it. There's many high-profile teams recruited him. Jeremiah, he's got recruited from Florida, Clemson, Auburn, Alabama, and then Georgia, where he went. So this guy was very, very much sought after, but he chose to have that Bulldog tenacity and stay in his hometown, stay in Georgia, go with the Bulldogs. And that's one of the big keys with recruiting is you hope to get those high star. Like I said, this guy's a 4-star. You hope to get these guys who can help out your offensive line because that's the big key in college. You got to have people that can protect your quarterback. Yes. They might not be the most flashy position in the world, but it's one of the most important ones on the gridiron. So, like I said, Morris, very highly touted. We'll see what he can do for the Bulldogs. All right, Jeremiah, it is time. We've made it to the 5-star recruits. Woo. We got a few of these guys. Out of Paulding County, out of Dallas, Georgia, outside linebacker, 2nd-ranked outside linebacker in the country, mind you. Yeah. 5-star recruit, Smell Munden. This guy, like I said, if you're a 5-star, you're going to get a lot of big schools after you. And my God, did he ever? Alabama, Arkansas as well try to throw their hat in there. I see Auburn and Clemson. So, Auburn and Clemson, my bad. Alabama and Clemson, 2 of the 4 teams in the college football playoff are trying to go after this guy. So that lets you know just how talented this guy is. I mean, you can see him there. He's got a little bit of a crop top going on there trying to show off the abs some. So I know he's going to be, like I said, all these guys got some early Christmas presents signing within the past week or so. And this guy's no joke either. So, like I said, if you're a 5-star, the rest of these guys are also going to be 5-stars. So, man, I'm ready to see this guy on the field. I know that. But let's talk about the next guy, Xavier Jones. Another guy out of IMG Academy. We've heard that name a few times on the program. Out of Bradenton, Florida, once again. Jeremiah, 5-star recruit, like I said. This is the number 1 ranked offensive linebacker in the nation. Right
really?
Now. Yes, sir. 20th ranked player as well. Yeah. So already a lot of hype around this young man. Like I said, if you're a 5-star recruit, you're going to be getting offers from everywhere. Clemson again, Alabama, Auburn. List goes on and on. I'm sure every other SEC and every other school try to throw their name in that, name in a hat for him to pick out. Yeah. But he chose to go with the Bulldogs. And at 6'3", 214, man, that's exactly what you want because he's got that speed to him. And you can't teach. It's hard to teach speed, and he's got it. So I'm going to be interested to see how this guy's going to do for the Bulldogs coming up. All right, up next, man, we got Brock Vandergriff. Okay. 5-star recruit from Prince Avenue Christian School out of Bogart, Georgia. Yep. This guy is built as a dual threat athlete right now. And my God, man, 5-star recruit, great schools as well. I see Oklahoma as well threw their name in there. Alabama, Auburn, Cincinnati, who's Georgia going to be playing in a couple of days.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if you're a 5-star recruit, your name's out there, man. You're doing some good work, whatever they were doing in high school and stuff like that. So it looks like he's going to be billed as a quarterback. So we're going to see, because, like I said, Georgia's got some pretty good quarterbacks over the past couple of years. But hopefully Brock can throw his name out there and hopefully take over for the Bulldogs team in a couple of years. But if you're a 5-star, man, you've got that on you already. You got a big chip on your shoulder, and I know he's ready to prove himself. He's the number 2 ranked player at his position, 14th ranked nationally as well. So no joke. But let's get on to the big one, the last recruit of the day. This is the number 3rd ranked offensive tackle in the nation, the number 7th ranked player in the nation, and the number 1 player out of Georgia right now in terms of all the guys that we've talked about. This is the number 1 player in the state of Georgia right now. This is Amari Mims out of Bleckley County. He went to Bleckley County High School out of Cochran, Georgia. So, Jeremiah, I can see why exactly. This guy is 6'7", 315 pounds of pure muscle. And like I said, if you're this highly touted, this guy got offers from, like I said, Alabama, Auburn, Clemson, Florida. I'm sure everyone else threw their name in there as well. I'm sure that he's got some Oklahomas. I'm sure he's got, some Florida States, some Tennessees. All of those teams, I'm sure, tried to get this guy just based off of his physical just traits. Because 6'7", 315 at such a young age. I mean, I'm sure this guy, like I said, he's in the 2021 class, so this guy is young. This guy is very, very young, and he's got a lot of time to get even stronger, which is scary. And, man, if you're Georgia, I know they were salivating over this guy signing with them, and I don't blame them, because you can't teach that, man. 6'7", 315, number 1 player out of Georgia, and then, like I say, number 7 ranked player nationally. You can't beat that. So he's looking really good. And I know Georgia, all the Georgia fans are happy that they got this guy. Yes. And hopefully that he can live up to that potential. So I'll be looking forward to see what Mims can do. But, man, that's a great recruiting class that Georgia got there. That is a very high caliber. They got a lot of very good players. But, man.
That is crazy. So that means that this next Georgia season is going to be jam-packed. You've got returning seniors. You've got amazing recruits coming in.
Mm-hmm.
They're filling up any holes that they might have from this last season.
Yes.
And they're going to try to come back, and they're going to do exactly what they wanted to do this year. They're going to try to hang tough with Alabama.
Mm-hmm. That's always a tough go at it. But the way this recruiting classes went, that's no joke. They might be able to get there.
Yeah. Well, I cannot wait to watch Georgia play Alabama, to watch them play Florida next year. It's going to be some really great football.
Yes.
Well, Logan Landers, I really appreciate every single recruit that you went through there. If you guys want to go back and watch this video again, just scroll back, find any recruit that you want. What we'd love to see you do is if you want to take clips and talk about specific recruits, let us know which recruits that you want to hear more about, and we'll do specific videos on some of those individual recruits. And also let us know, is there any other information that you want us to know or you want the public to know about this recruiting class? Because there's a lot to get through and a lot to unpack. So if you're listening to this right now on the Believe Podcast Network, then thank you so much for joining us on our podcast. And if you're not, then please join us over on our podcast at Apple, Spotify, or anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Just look for 100 Yards of Football and look for our green banner. So I am the producer, Jeremiah Long, and joining me has been the man himself, Logan Landers, and we've been talking about the Georgia Bulldogs 2021 recruiting class. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you follow and like and subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Until next time, we'll see you then.